People can only meet you as deeply as they've met themselves. One of the biggest things I've learned as I've grown is that not everyone is going to see life the way that I do. And they're not supposed to. That's what actually makes us individuals. But I've also realized that there's a difference between seeing life differently and being unwilling to look at yourself. Because when someone never reflects on their own behavior, never asks questions whether they could have handled something differently, and receives every piece of constructive criticism as an attack, conflict almost becomes impossible to resolve. There's really no room for repair when there's no room for self-reflection. And if protecting your ego is more important than understanding the person in front of you, every disagreement becomes about proving who is right instead of asking what happened between us and how can we understand each other better. I think this is what people mean when they say people can only meet you as deeply as they've met themselves. The deeper I've gone within myself, the more willing I've become to ask uncomfortable questions. Was I wrong? Did I misunderstand them? Could I have communicated that differently? Is there something here that I need to take accountability for? Self-awareness doesn't mean automatically assuming that you're wrong. It means being willing to consider that you could be. As I've grown, I've realized how important it is to have relationships with people who are capable of doing the same. Real friendship isn't the absence of conflict. It's being able to experience conflict, misunderstanding, or hurt without allowing your ego to become more important than the relationship itself. It's two people being able to say, I want to understand you and I can see where I hurt you. This is what I experienced. How do we repair this? Because sometimes the deepest relationships aren't the ones where nothing ever goes wrong. They're the ones where two people have enough self-awareness, humility, and love to find their way back to each other when it does. For example, you can have two people experience the same kind of conflict. And then you'll have one person who immediately becomes defensive, needs to prove their innocence, and interprets everything as an attack. And then the other pauses and asks, is there anything here that I need to look at? That one question can completely change the trajectory of a relationship. So when conflict enters your relationships, are you trying to protect your ego or are you trying to understand, to grow, to repair? And are the people closest to you willing to meet you there too?